So the world has gone absolutely mental, and the government and the CDC is like, you need to practice some social distancing. And all of us hikers are like, we've been doing that for years. So this morning I am in Port Clinton. Today I'm kind of doing a short little adventure. Going to be looking for a canal lock that's kind of up along the Schuylkill River here. I'm right off of the playground in Port Clinton. Port Clinton, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, was a major hub for the Schuylkill Canal, or the Schuylkill navigation. Past 1891, it actually was the top end of the Schuylkill Canal, because up north towards Pottsville, they were cleaning a lot of coal, and it was filling the river full of coal silt. So by the 1890s, it was the north end of the Schuylkill Canal was not navigable. So they closed it down, and Port Clinton ended up being like the top end of the Schuylkill Canal, the Schuylkill navigation that ran down to Philly. If you go back and look, I'll put the link up top here. My friend Dave and I, we actually followed the entire Schuylkill navigation all the way up from Port Carbon all the way down to Philadelphia. It's a pretty cool video. I plan on adding on to that, and maybe even going backwards a little later on, because I've found out more and more. But back then, we came down to the park. Everything was kind of overgrown, so I didn't want to go jumping down through everything. But it is the beginning of springtime, and stuff hasn't grown in yet, so I figured it'd be a good time to go exploring. So behind me is lock 27, I think, according to the map. Nothing's really definitive, a lot of stuff, and I think I'm going to be going up in the woods here and trying to find lock 26. So yeah, again, if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe. I try to make them as awesome as I can. The notes and everything for all of my hikes and everything, and the trailheads are always in the show notes in my Google Sites page, and we'll see what we can find. So I believe this is lock 27, right at the end of Port Clinton playground. You can see the capstones in the ground there. Old roller of some sort. But so I think the one we're going to today is 26, but this would be 27 according to the map. So kind of gonna down into the water here, or down into the hole here. These stones look a lot different. They're like fancy. Really weird. If you remember the other videos, they definitely do not look like this. But this was the port, so maybe they did something a little different here. So you can see the cutout where the canal used to be. Not sure if, I don't know if I'm on the towpath. The towpath is over there. But I think I'm on the towpath. And then the Schuylkill River is down back beyond there. I can pretty much will tell you, if you don't come in fall or winter back here, it is going to be a big ball of overgrown, lots of thorns, bushes. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely distinctive. You can see the cut. So I'm down here by the river, and you can see the Reading Blue Mountain line right there, and just up above it would be the Bartram Trail, which is an old railroad bed too, and you can kind of see the side of the Bartram Trail up there, that stone. I always think it's neat when they have trails that go through rhododendron like this. It's almost like gives you that like tunnel effect. This one's not as thick, but they're still pretty neat. So I'm seeing that and some other broken up stones. I'm not sure if I'm wondering if that was just a retaining wall or if this was actually part of the canal too. Ooh, hop up. It's all shiny. No idea what that is. I'm not a car guy, so I wouldn't know. I bet you there's some people out there who'd be like, that's from a 1956. Blah, blah, blah. Not me. Yeah, so there's stones over here that are kind of too straight on one side, but that one actually has some drilling in it. So, I don't know. We'll keep looking. The trail kind of disappeared a little bit here. There's this box up there. We'll check that out too. It's locked. I don't want to mess with it, but apparently that's what we in Pennsylvania call a target. It might be a box for a gas line or something. All right, so this definitely was a canal. I mean, this definitely was a lock. You can see the capstones. So down that little hole was a lock. So the one up by Port Clinton was 27. Educated guess says this is 26. Educated guess. You can actually see where part of the gate was. But you clear some of these capstones. So yeah, we're on that. We were just down there a minute ago. But yeah, you can see where the lock is kind of sticking up out of the ground there. It's pretty buried. Looks like they put a gas line or something through and tore out the rest of it, but it's there. So across the river there gives you a pretty good cross section of how silty the river is. All that black coal silt. So many years of the coal silt coming down from up north from all the, you know, the anthracite region, and piling up and piling up and piling up. Rivers probably look way different than they did back 160 years ago. I mean, you know, the whole course of the river could have changed in that number of years. Lots of cool shale deposits. So this one shale deposit back here, you can actually see they kind of push the bars down to break off the shale. So you can see the marks up there. I found a really neat relic, an old artifact. It's a film canister. Yeah, kids won't even know what that is anymore. Little chain board across the creek. Chained board. It's not a board of chain, it's a chained board. Board chained to a rock. Okay, so if you see this little white sign right here, that is the end of the state gameland's land. And the big lock, I think that's 25, is right down there. But that is on private property, so I'm a big advocate of not going where you shouldn't go. So I'm going to take pictures and stuff from afar, but I am not going to trespass on somebody's land. So just to warn you, you can actually see like it says 418 on the tree there. So yeah, kind of bummed, but I can still see it. It's still pretty cool. But yeah, so it's on private property. So we'll head back. You can see it over there. Got down close to the river. pretty deep. If you've seen my other videos, you kind of know what they look like inside anyway. It's really neat to see one so kind of together. So as I was heading back, I noticed this little, looks like a spring. You can tell it's man-made. I don't know how the rocks are lined up there, but I don't know if that was meant to be a spring, or maybe like a culvert or something. Yeah, not sure. So that was the historical Towpath trail in Port Clinton, just off of the Port Clinton playground. Creaking trees. Yeah, so basically it follows the path, or the towpath of the Schuylkill navigation. It has the 3 locks that you can see. There's the one right at the park, which I think according to the map was 27. So then that would mean that the one that was buried was a 26, and then the well put together one at the farm was 25. Again, the big one is on private property. Make sure that you respect the property owner's rights and don't go on private property. You can still see it from the end of the state game lands, and it is pretty cool. I would definitely check it out. So yeah, it's a cool little like hidden trail. I mean, it's not very heavily used. I'm pretty sure during the spring and summertime it's very overgrown. You're kind of walking through a lot of dead grasses and stuff like that in the fall and winter. So yeah, check it out. So if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one.